And a very happy Monday to you at 12:07 in the West. It's the John Phillips Show. Mr. Randy Wang is back home in the state of California. Hi, Randy.
Johnny, I've got a little content advisory for the clip I'm about to play. The sound that you're about to hear is borderline pornographic. It took place during a telephone town hall with L.A. County Supervisor Lindsay Horvath and L.A. County Director of Public Health Barbara Ferrer as they discussed on the town hall potential federal budget cuts to L.A. County Public Health. If your children are in the car, just be advised, this is filthy.
So I am especially grateful that Dr. Barbara Ferrer, Director of LA County Department of Public Health, is here with us this evening. Dr. Ferrer, thank you very much for joining us after a long board day. I know your leadership has been crucial in keeping our community safe through these uncertain times.
What planet is she living on, and what drugs is she taking?
So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to you for a discussion on the current landscape.
Yeah, thank you so much, Supervisor Horvath, for hosting this important town hall, but more importantly, for being an amazing champion and leader for protecting public health services all across our county and, frankly, our country.
You came so close to getting one from her.
No, thank you.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of guys driving around in hard hats right now thinking to themselves, that's the first time I lost interest in something involving girl on girl. 800-222-5222 is the telephone number, 1-800-222-5222. Coming up later on in the program, we're going to check in with my pal Andre Bauer. He's the former lieutenant governor of the state of South Carolina. We know that Gavin Newsom traveled to South Carolina to tell South Carolinians that they should be more like Gavin Newsom and the state of California. Well, today, South Carolina responds. Andre Bauer is going to tee off on Governor Gavin Newsom. That's after the news at 2. But first, we know that Oakland is a city with a lot of crime problems, including people leaving their trash all over the place, including burned out RVs and stolen cars. What we didn't know until recently is that for the victims of the car theft, the victimization continues beyond having the car stolen from them.
That's because the city of Oakland likes to give parking tickets to stolen cars.
So your car gets stolen, someone strips it down or goes for a joyride or uses it as a battering ram to rob a 7-Eleven. They then leave it somewhere that's parked illegally, of course, and then the city just puts parking ticket after parking ticket after parking ticket on your burned-out car, and all of those fines are sent to you.
For more on this very Oakland story, here is ABC 7 in the Bay Area and the great Leanne Melendez.
Well, imagine this. Your car is stolen, and then weeks later you find out that that stolen car was ticketed for a whole bunch of parking violations.
That's Oakland.
But I'm sure getting those violations waived is an easy process, right?
No.
Yeah, it's happening in Oakland, and an Alameda County grand jury recently investigated.
ABC 7 News Building a Better Bay Area reporter Leanne Melendez is here to show you what she found. Really fascinating.
Yeah. Well, we found out a lot of the issues that Oakland is going through right now. So we went to see for ourselves what the civil grand jury says is a problem in Oakland, the ticketing of stolen cars.
But crime is down. I don't understand.
It's a lot of crime now.
But in our travels, we ran across a much bigger problem, illegal dumping. And this is not new, but it seems to be getting worse in East Oakland. But let's start first with that grand jury report.
Here is where the city of Oakland keeps vehicles that have been abandoned or...
What does it say that the city needs an entire grand jury just to investigate it?
And an entire yard to put stolen cars that nobody wants.
Here is where the city of Oakland keeps vehicles that have been abandoned or stolen. If you find your car here, many people in Oakland can tell you what to expect when you pick up your vehicle.
And you got to pay a towing, you got to pay fees in the storage, and you got to pay the tickets. And you got to pay more than the value of the car.
Well, at that point, just leave it there.
You're getting robbed twice.
Once you get a certain amount of tickets, then they'll pick it up and impound it, and then you have to pay for those tickets.
Your car gets stolen, it gets ditched on the side of the road somewhere, and then the city of Oakland decides they're going to fine you for that.
And you have a tired 80-year-old mayor who's, of course, very concerned about all of this.
She's nowhere to be seen. She doesn't hold press conferences. She doesn't do interviews. I don't think there actually is a mayor of Oakland right now.
Well, that's what happened when her old boss, Ron Dellums, got elected to be mayor of Oakland. He was a longtime left-wing member of Congress, came back to Oakland, ran for mayor, decided very early on he didn't like the job, and he just disappeared.
Quite frankly.
And the impound.
Yourself on 87 North of Santa Teresa.
340 X-ray 347.
According to an Alameda County grand jury report, ticketing stolen vehicles for being parked illegally before they are towed is a likely scenario in Oakland. That's why Everaldo Pelayo said he placed a tracker in his truck, hoping to quickly find his vehicle if it ever got stolen. That truck he's in has been stolen twice.
We're not laughing at the victim.
Yeah, we are.
We're also laughing at the insanity that is the city of Oakland every single day. Oaklanders, I feel for you.
Even council member Noel Gallo has a staff member who had their car stolen and parking tickets issued.
It's even happening to employees of the city.
Well, at least they're not feathering their own nest for once.
Yeah, if your car's, somebody stole it and it's a no parking sign, then you wind up with a ticket because it's your license plate.
The civil grand jury discovered that the parking control technicians have no tools, no kind of technology to determine if a vehicle is stolen or not.
You might want to work on that.
How is that information not shared with the meter maids?
There's no communication between city departments. Sound familiar?
Think about this. We had a fire in Los Angeles, and the Department of Water and Power never told the fire department there was no water in the reservoir. In Oakland, they're ticketing and towing cars that are stolen because the police department isn't telling the meter maids that the car is stolen.
The city will eventually reimburse car owners for the ticket costs, but that process takes months.
So here's the recommendation from the grand jury.
Yes.
It says if Oak DOT could immediately identify a parked stolen vehicle, which they do not apparently.
How about you automatically assume the illegally parked car is stolen? And if it's a burned out car, that might double confirm it.
Well, that's how you find the stolen cars, isn't it? Like, if your car is stolen and the city says they're looking for it, shouldn't all of the eyes and ears in the community be looking for your car?
Well, you could also find it at the local AM/PM where they used it as a battering ram.
Yeah, who even wants their car back after the front end is all smashed in?
It would be beneficial not only to the vehicle owner, but also would save the city time and money by not having to rescind and dismiss tickets.
I agree,
so
absolutely.
What are we doing?
I agree, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to need an assist on that one.
Shang?
I agree,
so
absolutely. I agree, absolutely.
Thank you, Shangy.
Still relevant in Oakland.
Noel Gallo, I think you're making the wall.
I agree,
so
absolutely.
What are we doing?
I agree, absolutely.
He is always the guy that's quoted in the crime stories as a city official who just throws up his hands and is totally defeated.
And he's always wearing that hazard vest.
Because right now,
looks like a crossing guard.
Because right now, one of the other challenges that we have, we did have people working 3 days from home. So when my resident comes to me, Noel, I got this ticket, and I don't know what, I walk them over to the ticket office, but there's nobody there.
Wait, all the people who work at the ticket office are working remote?
How can you work remote if you're working the window at the ticket office?
You can't.
Well, the city of Oakland's really looking out for those taxpayers, aren't they?
We wanted answers, so we went to the Department of Transportation customer desk. The one employee there sent us to City Hall. As we have seen before, we found Oakland City Hall on a Monday with very few employees.
Okay, so we were just told that the person who could answer our questions is not at City Hall at the moment. This is the public information officer for City Hall.
They're remote too?
So nobody's showing up to work anymore.
Instead of...
Well, when the boss is Barbara Lee, she's not going to notice if you're there or not.
No, because she's not there.
Instead of talking to us in person, they sent us a statement. The city told us that fewer than 2 out of 1,000 tickets are inadvertently issued to stolen vehicles. Oakland now...
Then how many tickets are you writing?
Well, then how did the news find all of them?
Oakland now says it's working on updating its parking citation management system that would give them access to law enforcement databases, including so-called hot lists of stolen vehicles used by police departments. But dumping and ticketing cars is not the only pressing issue in Gallo's district.
This is my truck of illegal dumping we just pick up.
Gallo highlighted the impact illegal dumping is having on neighborhoods in East Oakland.
But every day, you can see that we pick up 8 truckloads of illegal dumping.
A day?
A day.
8 truckloads just in his district in Oakland every single day of illegally dumped garbage. Is the entire bay dumping their trash in Oakland?
And we've done stories on this. It's not just stolen cars and burnt out RVs. They dump things like rancid pork, and they leave their, I don't know, couches they don't want to dispose of, and beds, mattresses they don't want to dispose of. They just leave it in the neighborhood.
But every day, you can see that we pick up 8 truckloads of illegal dumping.
A day?
A day.
You know what, Noel? You're making the wall twice. I want to remember this at the end of the year. 8 truckloads of garbage every day.
His workers often witness people discarding just about anything in nearby parks, even leaving evidence behind like unopened letters with addresses.
So everyone knows that nobody cares.
It's last Saturday. I catch the people throw away the look. These people, he dumping the garbage.
And is there anything you can do about it?
No, I don't speak with the people, pero you know it's danger.
Well, I need that guy too. This is just a bevy of riches.
No, I don't speak with the people, pero you know it's danger.
There is a lot of danger.
Oh, yeah.
He refrains from confronting them because he says it's too dangerous. According to Oakland Public Works, the latest figures from April 2023 to March 2024 showed that only 570 citations were issued for illegal dumping. Surveillance cameras installed in 2022 have their challenges. Public Works found that up to 50% of dumpers with license plates caught on camera could not be identified.
But unless you enforce the rules and the laws that we have, you know, there's some individuals that will continue to break the law.
And Oakland has environmental enforcement officers who are there to monitor illegal dumping, conduct forensic investigations, which means collecting evidence that could lead to the person dumping. And they are also there to cite people. But here's the issue. While they should have 8 officers, some of those jobs have been frozen. So as of today, there are only 4 people covering the entire city of Oakland.
There are 4 people, 4, tasked with putting out fines and going after illegal dumpers in the city of Oakland, a city of more than 400,000 people.
Well, I think I told you, my friend who works in the police technology business, one of the things that they sell police departments, particularly those in Northern California, are these devices that run license plates when the black and white is driving around. That way, if there's a child that's been abducted and they're supposed to be looking for a car, but they didn't get that particular memo, the black and white will be pinged and the cop will be told to pull the car over so you can get the abducted child or whatever the case may be. One of the things that you can run are stolen cars or warrants out for people's arrest, those sorts of things. He told me when you go around in a suburban neighborhood or a rural area, it pings every so often, but it does ping. He said they tried the technology out in Oakland once, and it was ping, 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 ping. It was so much information, you couldn't do anything with it.
Plus the supervisor. I forgot to mention.
You see trash. You see sofas, bathtubs, mattresses, all kinds
Why
of
do
stuff.
people do that?
Are we ever going to find the answer to that question?
Yeah, I think it's bad human behavior.
I was going to say,
for sure.
Thanks, Leanne.
Sure.
So there you go. Not only is the city of Oakland giving out tickets to stolen cars, but just in Noel Gallo's district, he has to take 8 truckloads of illegally dumped trash every single day.
We know this is also going on in Los Angeles. It's a problem in Holly Mitchell's district. It's a problem in Oakland. So right now we want to open up the phones at 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. How bad is illegal dumping in your neighborhood? Are people leaving their trash, in your parks, on your streets, on your sidewalks? Are they leaving burnt-out cars? Are they leaving RVs that are inoperable, stolen vehicles? Whatever the case may be, we're trying to find out just exactly how common this is. 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. We have now learned that if your car gets stolen in Oakland and is parked illegally, the meter maids have no idea that the car is stolen. So if it's parked illegally, they'll keep writing you tickets until the car is towed. If you want to go get your car back, you have to pay the towing fee and all of the parking tickets before they'll give it to you. We also learned that trash is being dumped all over the place. How many truckloads in one day, Randy?
Noel, how many truckloads?
You see that we pick up 8 truckloads of illegal dumping.
A day?
A day.
Is this a problem in your neighborhood? 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. We now know that dumping trash just in random places in Oakland is a massive problem. Is it a problem in your neighborhood too? At 800-222-5222. You can always email the show at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. That's johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. And Randy, if you missed an episode from last week and you want to find out what you missed out on, that's easy to do.
All you got to do is search for The John Phillips Show wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's the Apple Podcasts app, iHeart, Spotify. Search for The John Phillips Show. Hit subscribe. You could download all the episodes. You could do a Google on the YouTube. You could get the KABC app if you're in Southern California. You can get the KSFO app if you're in Northern California. Listen to these podcasts wherever you are. You can even listen to them while you're witnessing people dump things in your neighborhood, but don't go up to them.
No, I'm not speaking with the people, pero it's danger.
All right, let's go to the phones and begin with Eric in Porter Ranch. Eric, hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're on the air.
Oh, okay. I live in Porter Ranch, and there has been an ongoing problem with trash dumping over about 4 years now. And the trash is coming from an apartment building near the intersection of Lindley and Chatsworth. The tenants dropped their discarded furniture and trash on city property just west of that apartment building. I've written letters and called the office of Mr. John Lee, our council member, and he does nothing. I just recently wrote 2 letters to the city attorney, and I have not heard back from them. One good thing, though, about 2 months ago, LA County Flood Control came out with 2 trucks and loaded up both of those dump trucks with trash from that location. And I told everybody that there is a problem of the tenants doing this. I actually recovered an address of one tenant who lives in that apartment building in the trash heap. Now, I just called them again Saturday, and the problem just gets continued. The county came out, County Flood Control came out, and they had to do something because the trash was blocking their access gate to the flood control panels that run behind my house. So back again here, it lasted 2 weeks, and now there's more trash at that location and more trash blocking the flood control gates. Nobody wants to do anything or appears to care. Thank you.
Thank you for the call, sir. And then people wonder why neighborhoods fight tooth and nail to keep low-income housing out of their neighborhoods or apartment buildings out of their neighborhoods. Well, this is why. This is the reality of what you have to live with when one of those buildings goes up. They don't tell you any of this when they're going to the planning commission or they're going to the city council trying to get approval for these buildings. But this is the reality that a lot of people in the neighborhood have to live with. Let's go to Mike in Vallejo. Mike, hello.
Oh, Johnny, talk about striking a nerve today, brother. Oh, I have this theory that I firmly believe that there's a pipeline system that anytime a toilet flushes or someone takes out the garbage in the Bay Area, it ends up in Vallejo on Sonoma, on Tennessee, or Wilson Avenue, like clockwork. No doubt in my mind, it is a cesspool. Do you know what I am saying? Randy, it is so bad. I'm not kidding. We cannot protect our turf.
You can't protect your turf?
No. I mean, I'm one of those guys. I'm not a city council busybody, and I have gone to a couple when there are certain important issues, and this was one of them. And, Johnny, I got to tell you, they blew me out of there like I was just nothing. They just said, we'll do what we can, and that's it. They didn't give an explanation. They didn't give a plan, nothing. And that was what it was about that night. And I'm sitting there going, why don't we have a 3-day trip to entertain myself while I'm here if I got to listen to this?
Well, have you ever thought about trying to get your point across to the city council by singing karaoke in Korean?
I'm going to take up Mandarin on what's that online thing, Babbel. I think I'll take up Mandarin on that and do that.
There's a common thread here. Vallejo and Oakland, both cities with a massive police shortage, and so people feel free to illegally dump trash everywhere.
Since you brought that up, last time I talked to you, my son was going through the MEP station to get back into service, and he's still waiting on his paperwork, but now he's literally fiddling with the idea of being a cop in Vallejo, and I'm saying, how about you go to Kuwait or Beirut first before you worry about that? All right, fellas, you have a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you for the call. Let's go to George in Los Angeles. George, hello.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Good.
So I work for the city. I deal with illegal dumping daily. I think you guys touching on this subject is great. It gives me a chance to let the public know about 311. If you ever notice any illegal dumping anywhere, bulky items, anything like that, you can call 311, and it's a lot easier to get through than most of the city services. They usually have a quick pickup time. You can also download the My LA 311 app. It lets you report illegal dumping, but also it allows you to put a bulky item out in front of your house at no extra charge, and the city will come pick it up on a scheduled basis. There's no need to load that mattress or couch up in the back of your truck, drive it to an abandoned area, and dump it. Also, simply putting the item out and not reporting it to the city or requesting a pickup will allow unfortunate circumstances to occur sometimes where someone just assumes that the city is going to pick it up. We have no idea that it's there. Homeless person decides it's going to be their bed. Now it takes an act of Congress to get that couch off the streets because it's now an encampment. So I'm glad that you guys are touching on this subject. It's a great learning experience. If people want to call 311 or use the app, My LA 311 app, it'll help out a lot with this problem that we're having. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the call, sir. I don't know about you, Randy, but I just had a bunch of boxes that I had to get rid of. And I called the trash company, and they said, here's the deal. You have to break them down and then you put them out on a certain day at a certain time, and you just stack them up at the end of your driveway, and we'll come pick it up. And by God, they did.
I will say, I recently replaced my grill, and no one wanted my old grill. It didn't work, so I opened up the app, and I scheduled a pickup, and I put it on my front lawn, and they said, we'll pick it up in a week. It was gone the next day, but I don't think it was the trash company.
All right, let's go to Anna in Sylmar. Anna, hello.
Wow. I'm hearing these calls. It's worse than my experience. I never saw dumping when I lived in Van Nuys in a nice cul-de-sac. I moved to what is Sylmar above, and it's the forest, Los Angeles National Forest. It's just 3 minutes from the 210, and people, I started seeing this like huge, like a whole house dismantled, dumped on the side of the road. There's a nice creek over there. And I lived there 6 years. It was weekly. I wouldn't say daily, but it was weekly. I took pictures of all of that. And then I moved. I don't see it around where I live, but when you drive in Burbank by the Sepulveda Pass, is that called? Because there's no cameras. It's like a forest there. There was a fire. And there are homeless living in the forest, by the way. And the dumping is horrible. It's just construction. And I'm thinking now with the supposedly illegal people are afraid to work or whatever, this might go down in L.A. because those people that dump like that are mostly, I met them because my ex-boss was, a proprietor of houses, and I called 311, that's right. And when you see couches, they're there for 2-3 weeks, it's because they don't call 311 and ask for a pickup. It's a trash day. They come the same day. And you have to put it the night before, it's not a week later or nothing. You just put it at night so the trash is not seen by the neighbors, doesn't look bad, So that works. But the dumping is just horrendous. There's not enough cameras on forest. I mean, it's all ruined. And I knew somebody that worked for us that picked up things that people threw out in the ravine, Little Tahanga Canyon. They found machine guns.
Whoa!
It's crazy. Yeah. This is a good subject that you put in out and teach people also, because that apartment building, all they have to do is call 311 on trash day, and they will get the couches and mattresses and everything, So thanks for the education.
All right. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. 800-222-5222 is the telephone number, 1-800-222-5222. Illegal dumping is apparently a huge problem in the city of Oakland. As we're learning from the callers, it's not just in Oakland, it's other places in California too. Is it a problem in your neighborhood? 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. If you'd like to email the show, you can do so at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. That's johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. And Randy, you're monitoring the mailbag.
Charles writes in at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. When we'd visit my daughter in Valley Village, we'd make bets on how many pieces of abandoned dump furniture we'd see left on the curb between her apartment and the freeway.
That's attractive.
As a former resident of Valley Village, I concur.
Let's go to Mike in L.A. Mike, hello.
Hey, John, this is Mike. I called you last week about the MacArthur Park thing.
Oh, yeah.
Security, but I've been working in L.A. all my life. I work like not too far from the produce market, but these guys, some of these small produce ones, when their produce get rotten, they come over here with the pallet like 3 o'clock in the morning, drop the whole thing, and take off with the forklift. Then these homeless come and tear it up, get the pallet, and you see a whole mess on the street. They're already doing this, but nothing happens to them. And then now you got the railroad tracks filled with trash since they closed the LA Times, that warehouse, and now the railroad tracks filling up with trash because the train doesn't come here no more. So now that's all getting filled up with trash, and people be dumping like roofing stuff, because they're people that are doing work on roofing. You see all this roofing stuff on the floor, tile and all this. And one time I seen a roll-off about 3 o'clock in the morning, tilted, dropped all his dirt and took off. Maybe they should give him a reward if you turn somebody in. They're always spending money on other stupid stuff in the city, so they should at least give a reward.
Yeah, because people know exactly who's doing this. However, I don't know which I would prefer to have in my neighborhood if I had to have one. Roofing equipment, mountains of dirt, or rotting produce.
Yeah, you got everything here. Then sometimes they do drop off some good stuff. I've seen some people like Christmas decorations, and the homeless got it, so they put it on their stuff. So when I come at like 2 o'clock in the morning, it's nice. So I take it, put it in my truck. They don't need it, so I use it for my house.
Yeah, but what are you supposed to do with 2 out of 3 wise men?
Oh, yeah, right. I don't know.
I guess you could
they
do.
that all the time. And these homeless collect all this trash. And right now, the street, I go down to 2-way. Now it's a 1-way because there's so much homeless and trash on one side. You just got one way to go.
Well, thank you for the call, sir. I appreciate it. Now, Randy, if they just start dumping random Christmas decorations on the side of the road and you get things that don't, well, they aren't complete, let's say. For example, you get a nativity scene with 2 out of 3 wise men. What do you do for the third?
What do you do?
Well, I think what you do is you go down to Out of the Closet on Santa Monica Boulevard and you take their cutout, their life-size cutout of Liberace, and then you put that up there with the 2 wise men. You know why?
Why is that?
Because there's always room at the Desert Inn.
Let's take another call.
All right, let's go to Patrick in Carson. Patrick, hello.
Hi, John. Hi, Randy.
Hi.
You know, I think it's just, like whack-a-mole. You just move it along. Somebody dumps a couch or something like that in my area, it goes behind the Safeway or it goes a block over. I just keep shuffling it along. I'm not going to wait for the government to do something. Just make sure it's not in my backyard.
So you just move it from one place to another, huh?
Right. It's not on my block. It's not in my alley. I don't care. Not my problem. Somebody dumped it here. I dump it there. And behind Safeway was my favorite, but Safeway's not here anymore.
You know what? I can respect that. Thank you for the call, Patrick. Patrick in Carson, the can-do man.
Don't dump in his neighborhood.
No, well, don't dump in his house. Let's go to John in Palo Alto. John, hello.
Howdy. A couple of years ago, I was on the radio, got to talk live with the mayor of Oakland and that lady, Lanny, and I was noticing the effect on people to see all this garbage on the street in Fruitvale and the 14th and International, and I decided I would just use my own pickup truck and hire local teenagers from the church or the neighborhood and pay them by the hour to pick up all the garbage and just spend a couple days a month driving to the dump. And I asked her if she could waive the dump fee. And she says, no, she can't. The city needs the revenue. I said, well, what revenue? But what revenue do you get when you hire the city union guys to pick it up in a big truck and they take a dump? I think they have to pay too. And so it was really kind of interesting. But I just thought it'd be nice to just pick up the stuff and take care of the problem myself. But I couldn't pay $100 a truckload.
No, you'd go broke.
Yeah, but it's really a big pile. It's a big problem. Why don't they just give free dump passes on your driver's license? Give you half a dozen free passes a year to every driver's license number. You drive in there and you just show them your license and you don't pay a fee. That might take care of about a fourth of the problem.
Have you ever heard of the phrase "no good deed goes unpunished"?
One of my mom's favorites. I miss her.
Yep, and there's a fee associated with that, too. Thank you for the call, sir. I appreciate it. Let's go to Eddie in Torrance. Eddie, you have about 30 seconds. Go.
So the beginning is just nobody wants your stuff. All of this stuff you're piling in the parkway in front of your house, including 20-year-old New Balance shoes that you wore almost every day, nobody wants it. Everybody has a romantic view that someone is going to find treasure in their trash, and then they put it out there, and then if it does, by some remote chance, get picked up, they feel all warm in their heart, that they've done this. But the problem is you're junking up the neighborhood.
You're damn right they are.